Today I'm just showing off my ice shack. I got TV. I got 4 holes in here. I got 3, 2 close together in case you want to run like a fish finder or ice, like underwater camera or whatever you want on the one. And then I got so a hole there, and then also a hole under there. I just have some stuff piled there. I just moved it back from hunting. So, and then all I did, you can buy these catch cover. They're sleeves that go to the ground. But all I did was took just your average 5-gallon pail. This one's just cut on the bottom, and then you'll have a bit of a lip here. You can cut this off if you want, but I figured it's a little better if you drop something on the floor. It will help it from rolling into the hole. So, and then that just goes right to the ground. It doesn't quite hit the ground. There's a bit of a space, but by the time you have snow or whatever, when you drill your hole, it'll be pretty close. And then the shack's just insulated with this white bead board. It's like only R value 3.5 or something for the 2-inch stuff, but it's all insulated. The whole shack's insulated with that. And then I have a wood stove made out of an old water heater, the water storage part of it. I welded this up a few years ago, so welds aren't the greatest on it. But then I just put a little flip latch. I spaced the handle out like, I don't know, maybe 1.5 to 2 inches, just to keep it from getting hot. Then just welded hinges on the door so it opens up. Nice part about this is if I want to camp in here overnight, I'll just put my cot here and then put it by the door here. And then I can put like there's about 4-foot stove, so I could put a 4 or 3.5-foot log in, and then it'll burn all night. Won't have to worry about getting up to stoke it all night. And then so this TV runs off the 100 amp hour lithium battery that I showed in my side-by-side heater video. It'll run it for about 8 hours or so, depending on what you're using. And then for streaming, I just have a little Roku 4K streaming stick. And then this is pin, so when you're moving, you just pin it to the wall, pull that strap when you want to watch it. You can swing it out or turn it or whatever you want. It also angles. Then when you're ready to move again, you just lock it back in. I built this little shelf here. Right now it's holding all my extra stuff. This is the inverter I use for the battery to connect the TV to 12 volt. It's just a 12 to 110 inverter, and then just the remotes for everything. And then I took the 12 volt plug out of a truck, so just wired in like that, plugged into the 12 volt, and then these just clip onto the battery. So really could use any battery. And then I just use my lawn chair in here. And then for kindling, for starting your fire, I just put it in a white, these are actually old, they're old like ice cream containers. You can buy them for like $1 or $2, and then keeps your kindling all dry and stuff. And then I have this box in here now. It'll come out when I'm ready to fish in it, but I just had it in there for ripping pieces off to start the fire, and it was storing a little bit of wood while I was hunting. And then, so up on the roof here, I have two, they're 12 to 24 volt lights. They're for like an RV or whatever, really. And then I just have an 18 volt Milwaukee battery with a battery adapter to go to the 2 wires with and it's fused. So it doesn't matter because these lights are 12 to 24 volt, but if they were 12 volt, you'd have to get an inverter on the battery, but these ones will handle the 18. I have one for my soft shack that I just hang on the pole already, but I put 2 in here. Makes it super bright. It's hard to tell because it's daytime, but. And then this piece here is just where I hang. I got just a little fan that goes on the battery, clips in, and then I put it up here above the stove, turn it on, hit the button, and when your stove's on, your heat comes up and it'll sit in here. So if you have a fan, you can blow the heat down. It helps big time for trying to move the heat around and not have the hot in one spot. And then I just got a little cooktop that I put on the top. I don't cook on that, it's just what I put my pan on, because the top of this is like beveled. And then my tin, I just tinned the whole inside and then bent the tin to fit there to kind of push the heat out. On the outside, I didn't want to use flashing. This flashing is quite expensive. So I just took the tin and I just bent it over and then just put 2 screws close to each side here. And that bent it. And then this is used tin, so it's not the full length. It's just what I had laying around. And then I have 2 skids with the bar in the middle to tow it. And then I just put a 2x6 here to help kind of strengthen it up a bit. And then on the bottom is just an old chemical tote that I cut. These are 6-inch. I cut it about 7 or 8 inches. I didn't really measure, to be honest. Just cut it straight is all that matters. A little bit extra on each side's better, help it float. But that way it's just cheap sliders. That way you're not breaking the bank on sliders. I did wreck them because I pulled it down the gravel. We had snow, and then we lost our snow melted. So I ended up pulling it on the gravel, and you can see there's that piece hanging. But yeah, I'll have to probably redo those before ice season. And then so when I tow it, all I do is I put a rope on here, and then on that side, same thing, and then I just pull it with the side-by-side. Use like a tow strap. And then I have my windows. Then I have my windows all framed like this. Same with the door. Just not the nicest shack, but it works. And yeah, that's pretty much it. One more thing I might do actually is I might put a hitch on here. All I'll do is I'll take a piece of pipe, cut it in half, put it around this pipe, and then I'll weld it. And then I'll just attach the hitch like an A style hitch with crossbar to help strengthen it up. And then just put a like regular either 2-inch ball or 2-inch, I guess it's coupler. Or 1 7/8. It depends. Like I'll have one, so just whatever I have. And then that way, once you get it moved, like because the rope works good for just like jolting it and then getting it to move. And then the hitch is nice for towing. That way, if you speed up and slow down, it follows the machine. It doesn't slide into the back of the machine or whatever. So, and another thing I'll do too is on the roof here, I'll probably add some lights for one by the door and then one out each window. That way, if you're fishing at night, you flick the lights on and then you can still have your tip ups and stuff out. So I still have my trail camera on there from hunting still, so I gotta take that off. It's sending me pictures every 5 minutes now that it's in the yard. Yeah, I just wanted to show off my shack and let you guys see, maybe if you're building something similar, you get some ideas. But next time you see it, it'll be on the lake. Unless I show the hitch and stuff that I add after, which I might. I also might show I got my side-by-side doors all finished up, or actually just finishing them up right now at the time I made this video. So it's getting close to that season already. I know it doesn't look like it, there's no snow on the ground, but it's November 16th today. So couple of weeks and I imagine we'd have ice. So I'm gonna continue getting everything ready, and then I'll see you on the ice.